Hey beautiful people, welcome back to Alternative Smallholding. It's Sunday, the rain has been stopped for a few hours, so we have dashed up here to try and make some headway on the allotment. So whilst we're here and we've got no rain, although it is looking that it's going to start raining again, and I'm a bit out of puff because we've been doing lots of work, but I thought it's about time we did the October tour as soon as we finally can. So here we go. This might be quick. I'm going to try not to fall down because it is really slippy, but let's go. Let's do our October tour. Hey Beardy Dude. So from this angle you can see our half plot and our full plot, which goes all the way up to the trees. Our half plot stops where the green bins are here. So this plot we finally put some effort into and made it look like somebody owns it. He pulled out a lot of the weeds and we have covered this bed. All that's black will be the cut flower bed for next year. I'll go up this way because this is the least muddy path. So we've still got some potatoes in over there because the ground has just been too wet for us to get them out. So this bed has still got loads of potatoes in. You can see the stalks. But if they are anything like the ones we've already dug up, I've got no incentive to dig them up. I do need to though, because this is where the polytunnels go in next year. Hopefully, if the ground ever dries out. But that's where it will be going. So we need to get those up because, as everybody knows, volunteer potatoes are a real pain. So we need to get those out. Here, in this kind of weedy bed, and then where the greenhouse glass is, that's going to be Roo's 2 strawberry beds. This trough of strawberries, which have put out absolutely loads of runners, in fact they've attached to the ground. But we've got loads and loads of runner plants on here, and there was 58 plants in there, and guarantee now there's nearly 200. And they're a combination of normal strawberries and pine berries, which are my favourite. Not that big a fan of actual strawberries, but I do like the pine berries. So we need to sort those beds out and get them transplanted before winter, because I also need to take some of those with us when we go and see Cheryl at Homestead in the Highlands, which we'll hopefully do around Christmas time. So another thing that we're doing on this plot, which we just started today, is we're putting in fencing. Well, it's not strictly fencing, we're doing it about a foot in from the path. But this is just to give a physical barrier on this plot because, you know, we've had theft in the past. But what I also like about using trellising as a boundary is that I can also grow up it. So next year I'll be able to use these for cucumbers, sweet peas, and I've actually found my loofah seeds finally. So next year we'll be doing loofahs, as long as I don't lose them again. Now this bit's really slippy, sorry. It's starting to rain, the light's going. We're not going to get much more done here today, but at least I can show you guys where we are. The Greek Gigantes beans have been stripped now. I'm going to leave this bean frame here next year because the raised bed that we've brought over actually fits nicely with a little pathway around here, so I can use this for beans every year. And then this raised bed came from over there, but as of yet we've not had a chance to finish it. It seems like here in the UK it's rained solid for about 3 months. I know we've had little bits of time in between where it hasn't rained, unlike now when it is raining. But the problem is, once it's rained so heavily for so long, the ground is just sodden and you shouldn't work with it. You don't want to be compressing it, or just, it's not fun to work in, and you're always going to slip over. And I'm really clumsy, so I will slip over all the time. You having fun? Yeah? What are you doing? Those lemon balm cuttings I put in for the trees on your mountain have actually started growing, darling. Mud, mud, mud. It's horrible. Now somebody did say about getting some wood chips for this path, but this is a shared path, and I don't think my neighbour is a fan of wood chips, so you can hear my feet squelching. For the individual paths that run between our beds, we did want wood chips, and we did have a tree surgeon who said he would drop some off, and they never arrived. But you know, that's the way it is. That area at the moment is still the same because we've been waiting to move all the polytunnel stuff to the other side and get the metal shed put up for storage. It's been too wet. So this is where the raised bed was, where the weed membrane is. So that'll be over there now, and then this will be another bed. I have just cleared this bed. And this is going to be the garlic bed. Now I've just pulled out all the nasturtiums, and one thing I love about nasturtiums is they really control weeds. So I was surprised that it took me like 5 minutes to run through and hand weed that, and there's very, very little weed pressure. So if you want something that's beautiful, feeds the bees, attracts the cabbage white butterfly away from your cabbages, and is a ground cover, the nasturtiums are great. Now the problem with nasturtiums is this. Can you see? There are thousands of seeds everywhere.
It's starting to rain.
The rain's getting heavy now, I'm going to have to hurry. So although nasturtiums are frost tender as a plant, the seeds will happily overwinter in your ground. So if you plant, don't move too fast. So if you plant nasturtiums once and you let them self-seed, then they will come back every year. So I'm going to have to rake loads of those up, and I am also going to have to watch next year to see if they all come out, because I don't want them smothering out my garlic. Now this is the onion bed that is yet to have anything done with it. I will walk around the side. I have weeded through the herb bed, so that's looking much better now. And all of these raspberries here, is it focusing? Sorry. All of those raspberries there and here are going to be moved to the top. A quick look at the brassicas before we have to dash from the rain. My purple cauliflower is looking great, and the sprouts are plumping up really nicely now. You're putting that up quick. Kale is keeping on going as kale will. It will do this all over winter, and I love that as the temperature drops it goes from a kind of green with purple veins into this dark purple, and it is absolutely delicious. We are planting so much more kale next year. So at this end of the big plot, this was where the dwarf beans were, that's where the onions were. That just needs hoeing through. I really am pleased with that no dig method on there, because the weed pressure's been really low, whereas this is where we dug, and as you can see, lots of weed pressure. If we turn around over here, this is where we put in the broad beans. They're not coming up yet, but that's fine, not worried about them. And I just covered over where the salad bed was, so that's just preparing for winter. The bean arch, as functional as it has been this year despite its appearance, this will be coming down, and we'll just rejig it, make it more permanent and more stable. And I need to take out all those bean plants. This is where the sweet corn was. Now over that edge there along the path there was a lot of creeping buttercup, so I've just rolled out some weed membrane and chucked that down for now, and that will just limit it a little bit until I can get to it and start weeding it properly. Now this fence and this one, what I wanted was where this cold frame is, it comes across, and then we'll have a gap for the gate and then more fence. We need to make another piece to go on that end. But I want a slight division between the seating area, like the socialising area, and the plot, and I'm going to paint that a pretty colour. I picked up a big tub of Wilko's wood stain paint in pink, and I'm not a very pink person, but if it's a colour that's rather than brown, I will take pink paint. So we're going to have to dash now because it really is raining quite heavy. This was the cucumber bed. That's been sorted, that's fine. We was hoping to burn all of these on bonfire night, but let's go in the greenhouse where it's dry. But bonfire night is forecast to be a total washout. Well, at least we've got up here and done something, right? That fence is looking good. I mean, it needs all tying together, doesn't it? But at least it's an idea of what it's going to look like. And then from here you can see that this will be the social area once this is all sorted out, and then there'll be a fence, and then there'll be the plot, and the path will go straight through. Come on in, get going. Whoa. You okay?
There you go.
So although we haven't done anywhere near as much as we intended to, we're really hoping that it doesn't just go from this constant rain of autumn.
Constant rain.
Constant rain,
Since
full stop.
Spring.
Since spring. Straight into like frozen ground of winter. We're hoping to actually get an autumn at some point where we can get some work done in decent temperatures. So autumn provides the best working temperatures, isn't it? So work has begun. We are making progress, nowhere near as much as we had hoped, but hey ho, that's how nature goes. Pretty much. So thank you for watching. This has been Jazz and Roo and Beardy Dude at Alternative Smallholding. This was our rather brief, chased off by the rain October tour. There's a child.
wet child.
What you doing? Thanks for watching and we will see you soon. Bye bye.